Gen Z not trying to save money for retirement no more. Michael Oher from The Blind Side has been tripping lately. More Lizzo controversies going on. James Harden going apeshit in China. Yo, it's episode 30. I'm your boy DJ Aaron Michael. You are now locked into the Queued Up Podcast, baby. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
That was good.
Queued Up. Yes, sir, baby. Oh, yeah. The energy is palpable. The squad is in the building. You are now here. We are so excited to have you guys. I am the host of the Queued Up Podcast, your boy DJ Aaron Michael, and you guys are now locked into the Queued Up Podcast. And I know I messed up, but we're going to keep powering through because it's episode 30, so I'm not even going to stop, Tuohy. You can keep laughing at me if you want to.
30 weeks.
30 weeks.
30
and I'm still
weeks.
messing up.
Longer than your relationship.
I know, right? Longer than you know your baby mama, all right? You know what I'm saying? So, yo, man, it is episode mother effing 30 in the building. One more round of applause. 30 straight weeks. We could not have been here without you guys. Big shout out to my homegirl Alexa from last week's episode. One of our most popular episodes we've ever had. So we love her. Thank you for everything.
Wonderful guest. Wonderful guest.
Super cool. Shout out to my bro DJ Southpaw as well. She's welcome back anytime. You guys give us so much fan feedback. And if you guys are new to our podcast from that episode, welcome in, man. Y'all part of the Queued Up crew. Already, hey, show them the shirt. They part of the Queued Up crew. Show them the shirt. You can't even buy that.
2023.
Woo!
Can't even buy that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Yo, we got a jam-packed episode for you guys today. Real quick, shout out to the whole crew. My boy RDR in the building.
Yes, sir.
Saying?
In the building. Live and
RC,
well.
Calvert Productions in the building.
Yes, sir.
Behind the boards, a.k.a. Tuohy, a.k.a. Jesus Crust.
Can't do it without you, my brother.
Captain Cardinal, you know,
Captain
the president of the
Cardinal.
Phoenix Suns, the dean of the Diamondbacks,
Mm.
you know, a.k.a. all Arizona sports. And a shout out to my boy, you know what I'm saying, GTK in the bit, my boy Gibby, a.k.a. Gibby Visions. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to every content creator we've ever worked with, man. From Charlie Mumbles, we love you. My boy Cisco, my boy Dimitri as well. We love you too, man. Everybody, man. Yeah, so we are here, episode 30 today. We have a really crazy-ass lineup, which has just been elevated because this week's already starting off, or it started off with some crazy-ass shit going on. First of all, Michael Oher from The Blind Side, you know, big Mike, adopted by white people, has some things to say about actually what happened, so that's some pretty newsworthy shit.
Was he adopted?
We gonna talk about that. Also, Gen Zers, so people around our age group, apparently there's been a poll out saying that they're not trying to save money for retirement, and they're rather spend that shit now on Cancun and fake booties. So
Sounds about right.
So that's going on, and also nice dinners. So we're gonna be broke by the time we're 70, but do we care?
Makes sense to me.
I know at this point, yeah, with everything going on, man.
No, I'm saying it makes sense why. We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah, hold that. And then also we're doing another round of hot cues for you guys. So we got to talk more about what's going on with the Lizzo situation. So we have a Lizzo update. James Harden, if you're a fan of basketball, you probably know what Harden is and what type of fuckery he's on. Tory Lanez has been sentenced in the NFL preseason. We got a whole lot of stuff we're going to get into with you guys, and we're so happy to have you here. Remember to like, comment, and share on this YouTube page if you guys are watching us on YouTube. If you guys are on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, hit the little bell for a notification so every time a new episode comes out, you know when it comes out, baby. Every Thursday, baby. It's like Mama's Pancakes. You can't miss it.
And actually comment. The audience is growing, and I'm getting to the point where I got people like literally approaching me about some things that I've said on the podcast, and they want to further the conversation and have debate like, hey man, I heard you say that one thing, let me give you some more perspective, or yo dog, y'all was on point talking about this.
Yeah,
so I appreciate it, and we appreciate the comments and the activity and the interaction. So keep it up, keep it going. Our audience is 100% growing.
And also, our audience is engaged. Like, it's crazy that our account, our little small tiny Instagram account, which we're so close to 500 followers, if you're watching this now, go follow us on IG, gosh darn it. We get a lot of engagement. Like, I see RD kind of been having a lot of back and forth with different people, and then there's been side conversations, and we're not trying to make this a man versus woman thing, but it's just interesting to get different opinions from men and from women. You feel me? So, please.
I don't like dudes, to be honest. Let's keep it real. I like to argue, though. I like to argue.
Same.
So you like to argue with women?
I like to argue with anybody who want to argue.
Okay. I mean, hey, people.
Is there something wrong with that?
Nah, hey man. No, is this you arguing?
You got a problem with that?
You got a problem with that?
Chewy, blow something up, Chewy. My God. All right. Look at his eyes.
I'm drinking. You know what I'm drinking right now?
What are you drinking?
Reminds me of? It reminds me of like
the brown paper bag.
No, it reminds me of like the juice from Space Jam.
Oh, shit.
Like it looks like the secret juice or
you
whatever.
Wrote that Artie's secret stuff on
Damn. Next time.
No, see, he's gonna get a sports bottle next time, and he's gonna just put the Modelo in there.
Damn.
Modelo on a sports bottle is fucking crazy.
Wait, I blocked it on purpose to not. So now they know what it is.
Yeah, but they don't. But they can't see it though.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
it's
So
like
yeah.
product placement.
So yeah. So hey, that's a little taste, Modelo. If you want him to take off the paper wrapping, then you know what you
Hey.
got to do.
It's Modelo time.
Hit up
over here.
my boy RC if you guys want to advertise on the show. But hey, let's go ahead and get into it right now. Topic number 1. So, like I said, there has been a poll. I want to say it's from from Bloomberg recently that Gen Zers have been electing to not save money, not worry about retirement or worry about 401ks and all that responsible shit. They'd rather spend it now because times is hard. Number one, the world is on fire, quite literally. And let me say this real quick. I don't want to get too into it, but prayers out to everybody from and in Hawaii right now dealing with the wildfires. If you can go out and donate or help out in any way possible, please do it. My family used to live in Hawaii way back then. My grandfather's retired Air Force, so they used to live out there. So, they're it's a very close-knit community out there. And just seeing the devastating wildfires, what's happening to people's homes, that's never a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So prayers
Thoughts
out
and
to
prayers,
you. Yeah,
for
thoughts
sure.
and prayers to you guys. But yeah, right now, man, there are a lot of Gen Zers they're not really wanting to save money. They rather go spend it, go on vacations, go on trips, buy shit.
Yeah.
And with the way, at least in America, the world's getting more expensive and stuff like that, I don't blame them. So what are you guys' opinions on that, being a family man and a young man, getting ready to start his family eventually and branch out and stuff like that? Hey, man, at some point, Artie, you're almost 30. You're almost 30. I'm saying eventually.
I got at least, like Drake said, like 5 more years.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't particularly surprise me that that's the case. I think in general, not saying that this is the case for Gen Z, but in general, it's hard to save money when either you're not making enough money or all of your money is going to bills. So that in itself is like you already starting 5 yards behind the ball.
Yeah.
True.
With how expensive things are today. Whereas if you look at the same like cost of goods and everything from however long just back in the past, it was different. I think people had more expendable money that they can actually think to save and do all that. So that when that came across in the group chat and we talked about that being a topic, I was like, yeah, that now that I think about it, that makes sense that would be the case, that people are just like, yo, man, things are already expensive. What am I going to look like trying to save these crumbs, even though that does add up over time? What am I going to look like trying to save these crumbs when like I can enjoy the hell that is today?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong.
So,
I mean, it's just hard because, they are trying to raise minimum wage in a lot of different states right now, but it's still, if you're making $20 an hour a few years ago, that would have been, hey, bro, like maybe 2015, 2016, 20 an hour is maybe not that bad, especially even earlier than that. But now, 20 an hour, anything under.
that's around 40. I think 20 an hour is like, what, 42, 44 a year? Maybe?
Yeah, no, you broke as fuck.
Not to say that you're not necessarily broke as fuck. If there's a lot of people out there that make 20 an hour right now,
That's
so
still like
we're
the
not
median
calling you
income,
broke.
I think, for
40,000 a year in Arizona, or at least in Phoenix.
It's rough to make
40,000, bro.
Yeah.
But you can't call
Especially-
people broke. You
only,
can't say broke.
Okay, now broke, but I mean,
It's tough.
think about if you're a single parent household. Think about if you have multiple kids and stuff like that. Even if you're by yourself, $40K a year.
I know, but there's a lot of people out there making it happen on that. So I'm just saying we just want to be careful. There's a lot of people that make that right now,
Right.
and they should be making more. Is the point?
Yeah.
but hopefully they.
I'm
can,
just saying, instead of just look, I get it, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, and I'm not trying to knock anybody because I know nobody's going to want to. If anybody had a choice, of course, they would make the most money they could possibly can
For
an
sure.
hour in a year. So of course, but all I'm saying is just the cost of living in Phoenix alone.
Yeah.
Like on some real shit, especially ever since the pandemic, $40K a year, you might have been able to scrape by, but now you need 2 jobs. If you're making only $40K a year, like I said, God forbid if you have a family or somebody taking care of or medical conditions or anything, you need an entire second job.
Yeah.
But Artie, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
Okay,
you good.
yeah.
I'm just chilling. But no, it's true because I feel like everybody I talk to now has multiple jobs. Like literally everybody I talk to has at least 2 jobs, or they're doing one thing and a thing on the side.
That's
like,
crazy.
It's just crazy to me that that's real shit. Like we have to do that now because it's like mandatory. So it's like, yeah, we're still a lot of the times people are working a full 40-hour week, but they're still putting in another 20 somewhere else on their part-time job. And it's like I feel like people shouldn't have to do that. I don't feel like people should be having to work 60 hours a week. I think that definitely like 40 hours should be able to take care of, you know, your living expenses, you know. But the argument is sometimes is like, okay, well, some of these people, they don't go and take the, you know, they don't take the initiative to get the credentials or school or to make more money. But I'm like, I still think they should be able to live personally. Like,
Absolutely.
Like, you know, that's like bare minimum to me.
I think what you're asking is fair, but I think the world has changed due to social media and due to the internet, and also due to the fact that people are now creating their own jobs more than probably ever before. Because back when our grandparents were young and our parents were young, what were you told? Go to middle school, go to high school, get a college degree, or else you ain't going to be nobody.
Or and that was the case then, though.
It was. No, it wasn't wrong. But now I know people with college degrees that they can't use that shit but to wipe their ass with it.
Well, I maintain my position. This isn't for everybody, but college is a scam. At this point,
wow.
Unless you're going for a special trade, and I understand, and they should just call it something else. But like, unless you're going to be a doctor or like a neurologist or something where like you need those years of training, most of the people going to college just following that plan that you just laid out, we getting scammed, and then we end up in student loan debt.
True.
Yeah. Sorry.
I know.
And this is coming from someone who went to college, and I'm actually in the field that I got my degree in, so it's kind of like a weird thing for me to say, but we all know so many examples of people who either went and didn't graduate, but you still got the debt, or went, graduated, and aren't using their degree, and the economy is what it is. So even if you have a degree, that doesn't guarantee you a high-paying position. It's scam for sure.
It's a crazy world, bro, because imagine going to school for 5 or 6 years. And, like, for an example, my education was, I got an AA in communication, all right? Little old Glendale Community College. Go Gauchos!
Little old Glendale.
Little old Glendale Community, go Gaucho. Well, I don't know what the hell a Gaucho is still. But
It's
I went
a Mexican cowboy, right?
I think
like
that's a
that.
vague representation of it, but
I'm part Mexican, so I got some room to fuck up.
man, you does everything, huh? you were white last
Wait,
week.
they the Gauchos
You were black
for
the
real?
week before. Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
black, white, Mexican. We've established this multiple times.
Yeah, but you can't
My
pick.
grandfather's
You can't
name
pick
is
which
Juan Oscar.
You can't pick
Juan
which
Oscar.
color to use like a Pokemon. Like if you're gonna use Squirtle or
Says
Pikachu.
who? You can't speak on for light skins. I can.
Oh, now you light skinned. See,
I
that's
can
four.
decide. Yeah,
You can't speak for light skin.
yeah. You can't speak for light skins.
But no, like
So you got your AA in communication.
yes, and for as long as because I played basketball in college and I had a scholarship to play, and my coach at the time gave me a bunch of dummy classes just so I could stay eligible. So a lot of classes I had like my first year or two, like dead ass, they were like 900 classes that wouldn't even fucking transfer. And they weren't good, so I literally had to go double back and take that again. So that added 2 more years to my schooling.
He was taking popsicle sticks.
Yeah, no, really though.
Doing the
I
dummy
knew-
classes at GCC is crazy.
I knew it was bad when they had me playing with Play-Doh and putting the square peg into the square hole. I'm like, is this college? I'm
was
like, all
doing
right.
Wait a minute.
Flavors
But
201.
so that added 2 more years.
Because I had to catch up because I literally had to go back and I had to take math again and I tested out a reading because your boy can read. I can read good, but like
That's funny.
it's just hard, man. Like you get told to do all this, and if you do it, you're gonna get at least a decent to a high paying job. And now if you get a $50K a year job, anything under, and this is just me being real, because I have family and I have friends that are around this area, and I hate seeing how tough it is. It's just hard. But if you want to live in a decent neighborhood where you're not worried about something happening to your friends, your family, anybody near you, or your car, your possessions and stuff like that, because there are some really rough neighborhoods out here in Phoenix. I can't speak on anywhere else, but there's rough neighborhoods everywhere. Is for out here, you got to probably be making north of $70K a year to live decent. $70K a year to live pretty decent.
I think if you're by yourself, no.
You can get it done on less than that.
I think if you're by yourself,
A lot of
50K.
people are. A lot of people are, Aaron. That's just the truth.
Getting by is one thing, but what is the area? Like, if you want to say, oh, yeah, I want a nice area. I want a nice school for my kids to go to.
But nice is subjective. There are people that live in the hood and feel perfectly safe.
Okay.
Nice is subjective.
But see, that's another issue, too, with Gen Z in general is like, so they're not making enough money to support a family on their own. They're still having kids. Mm-hmm. They're not living in the style of like a nuclear family. So it's like they're going to come across like what I just feel like these are so many unprecedented issues. It's like we just got to like almost at this point see what happens with this shit.
But see, there was one point you said about having kids. The number of people in our generation of having kids has been going down in the past 6 years.
That also doesn't surprise me.
And less kids being born.
That's not I mean, does that surprise you at all?
No, I mean, because that's just what the world is. That's where the world is pushing everybody now. Like, why, if I'm barely struggling, if I'm making $40K a year already, and it's just me, why on God's earth would I want to bring a kid into this world? Right?
Oh no, go ahead, Artie.
I think the interesting thing is about kids. Is I think of all of my homies who've had kids, I would say like 9 out of 10 of them, after they had kids, they actually went and made more money, became more successful.
Really?
They're more driven. And then maybe 1 out of 10 just completely screwed it up. You know what I'm saying? So I think that people waiting, like that's, to me, I feel like now I've thought about that more of like, I really think if I would have had kids, like even if I had just slipped up and had kids, I'd probably be more successful now. At least in like a job type of situation. Because I think you kind of, when you have kids, sometimes if you're not already kind of solidified in making money some way, shape, or form, once you have kids, it's like you kind of give up that risk factor of being just full-on entrepreneur. Like, I don't think people should do that personally.
I mean, but I think when I don't have any kids, so I can't speak too much on it, but I feel like, of course, having kids will always be that big fork in the road of, all right, either you're going to be motivated as fuck to want to take care of this kid and to be in this kid's life, or if it's a different type of situation, some men, or some even mothers too, some people just fold and they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Now, how many times have we been seeing like mothers of children abandon their kids at places and stuff like that? Like, that's been happening. And of course, father abandonment. Like, it's such a tough thing, but I honestly feel like the majority of the people, if you were barely struggling to make ends meet and be successful in your own world, you probably wouldn't necessarily want to bring in a kid on purpose.
Well, and that takes me to the point, and that's why it was such a big deal when the Supreme Court passed the legislation around abortion. And we don't got to stay on this topic because this is a hot button topic.
It's real talk.
But that was the whole thing. It's like, literally, if you, and that's why I said what you said is interesting, Artie, because personally, I've seen it go the other way, where pretty much if you can force a poor person to have a kid, you're almost guaranteeing that person remains poor.
Yeah.
Because of the resources and the things that it takes to raise and even just have a kid, even just one.
But I kind of think too, a lot of that has to do with financial literacy as well, because like, even if you're not making a lot of money, if you understand simple things that they should have taught us in school, like, for example, if whatever you make, you should be living off 50%, saving 20%, and then 30% should be discretionary. And like, they don't even teach us simple like pie chart stuff like that when we're kids. So then we get out into the world and we have no idea how anything works. The first thing I did before like I actually got into doing like insurance and learning about finances was like, I just racked up credit cards because I didn't even know how they really work. Nobody really helped me with anything, you know what I'm saying? So like, I think a lot of it has to do with financial literacy as well, because the thing is about poor people is really like life insurance policies are super cheap. Like you can get a $500,000 policy if you're a healthy young person for like $40 a month. That's like Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times, simple stuff like that would completely change the trajectory of their families' lives. But I really think the main issue is a lack of long-term vision. People don't care. And also they're not thinking like, well, who gives a shit? Like after I'm gone, who cares what happens with my family?
That too.
Yeah, I mean, but think about it, bro. It's like people don't care because what do you see, whether it's fear mongering or actual real shit going on, but what do you see on the news almost every day? It's getting hotter, freaking stuff is melting, earthquakes here. This is unprecedented. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us aliens are fucking real in the grand scheme of things. Like, a lot of people are probably thinking, hey, in 50, 60 years, what is this world even going to be? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it going to be in 2090?
My counter argument to that for people who really think like that is, what other time would you have rather been living in?
No,
would you rather been living
true.
in the medieval times
That's
where
true.
people were dying from Black Plague? Would you rather have been living during World War II?
That's true.
When people were shit, men like us were getting sent off to war.
I mean, I got flat feet, so I wouldn't have went.
Nah,
They would have sent your big ass. They would
I would have been a
bags on
bullet
your
sponge,
back.
boy.
You would have been a juggernaut.
Bullet
That
in front.
flat feet stuff wasn't gonna fly.
What do you mean? And I'm an only child? Oh yeah, I'm not
They said,
going.
nah, he got built-in high ground. They sending your
I'm
ass
playing.
out
They
there.
knock on my door.
Been right there with us, dog. They would have had you on.
Y'all want me to go to where? Like I would have.
They'd have had my little athletic ass doing something, bro. Go plant the mines.
All
Oh,
right.
fuck.
Backflip over the German soldier. And,
You run a 4-4,
You really thought
right?
that was going to work? Like, oh, you
Hey,
should have said
Chewy
something.
knows
We'll
I'm
just go
not
next
going,
door.
huh? So you know I ain't going. You know the
They
shit.
said, get your ass outside,
Yeah,
boy.
get your big ass
Especially
in the
back
truck.
then. Get your big
look,
black ass outside, boy.
Yo.
So when else would you want?
Yeah.
When else would you want to live? Really?
No, look, we're literally, in my opinion, we're literally living in the best of times and low key the worst of times. It's a combination of both because, yay, fucking, there's fires and earthquakes and shit going down and internet and propaganda and all this. But the counter side is there's PS5s now. You know what I'm saying? We got cell phones now, all right? I can go fucking go to Starbucks. Ain't that right, Gibby?
Pornhub.
Back then, freaking all you got was looking at a woman's ankles or a book. Or,
Magazines,
my.
yeah.
Look at
I know, right?
Margaret
The one I
over
folded like 4 pages and shit like that.
Look at the way the sun hits Margaret's hair.
Look at her elbows. So all I'm saying is it's a combination of both. It's just I don't blame Gen Zers for not having kids. I don't blame them for living their best life now, especially after COVID and you know what I'm saying and other shit. You never know what's gonna happen tomorrow. You don't know.
And if you're convinced that there is no future, you're going to do everything either that you want to do or just to survive right now. Like anybody put in a situation where you're absolutely convinced that there is no future. There is no 50 years from now. There is no 70 years from now. You're going to do everything that you can to really preserve yourself to get there. But then also you just going to live it up now. So not saying that that's how Gen Z feels, but that sentiment I think is like, yo, I can see how y'all would feel that way. And if the old school, like, ideas about saving money and all of that are still good and they still work, but like the way that we arrived there and our ideas behind saving money, we're gonna have to give it to these kids a different way for them to understand that, like, yo, you actually do want to start planning for 20, 30 years down the line.
Go ahead, Artie.
I think that something for me that like made me understand this a lot more is, so like I've done many types of insurance, but one that was very impactful to me was Medicare, because it's very interesting. It seemed like the people who were like very low income, they were fine because they would have Medicaid that would take care of like a lot of their extra expenses and stuff like that. And then the people who were making a lot of money and saved their whole life, they were good. But then you had these people who were kind of like at the bottom middle, and those were the worst stories because they would literally say things like, I'm making too much money to qualify for like assistance.
Whoa.
But
Oh, yeah.
I can't afford my medication. So now this month I'm like choosing between groceries and my prescription because I have an uncurable, ailment that takes an expensive prescription. I think that people really need to think about, but also just to be real though, I feel like whenever I would talk to the people who were like Medicaid people, they had the worst health issues though. Like the poorer people, because they had been like poor their whole life. They probably and I'm just surmising, like this is just an assumption really, but like based on my own experience, so it's very anecdotal, but it's like they had like it seemed like they probably didn't get to eat good. You know what I'm saying? Like when you're making more money, you can eat better. You can eat
I was gonna
salads
say you don't
and
got to
shit.
tread
Go
lightly.
to the gym and
We understand the less money you make, the less access you're gonna have to resources.
True.
So you don't got to tread lightly. I think that's pretty fair to the line you're drawing.
And
like, yeah,
my bad. And then my last point was just like the people though who were the healthiest, that like you could just hear the like life in their voice still, even though that they're in their like 70s, even 80s sometimes. Were the people who were saving money, taking care of it, and they get on the phone and they'd be like, hey, yeah, I got this thing in the mail. Like I talked to this one dude, no shit. Like I thought this dude was like 20 years old.
Wow.
And he was like 76 or something. He's like, hey man, I got some stuff in the mail recently. I got back from the gym and I'm like, are you supposed to be getting this shit? Like only people like 70, 65 should be getting this shit. And he was like, oh man, I'm 76.
Wow.
I'm like, what the?
Dang.
Yeah.
So I don't think people realize how long life really is. We're young for like less of our life than we are old.
Well, but think about it, because a lot of people they don't understand how long life is now because of what we see on the internet. We see so-and-so died at 30, so-and-so died at 15, so-and-so died at 45. And that's always going to be the case, unfortunately. You never know what's going to happen to somebody. Everybody's anatomy and DNA and just situation is different. Mm-hmm. But for the majority of people, life expectancy, I don't have the actual numbers, but I want to say it's at least maybe around 65 to 70.
Life expectancy is increasing. So younger people need to really think like, yeah, you could die spontaneously, but what if you don't? Mm-hmm. You're going to be living a living hell if you don't save money. Like for an old person, it's a living hell because it's not even like you got the energy and the gusto anymore to go get it out the mud once you at a certain age. So you get to that point and you just haven't made the right decisions, and then you just have to live 30 years of. A lot of the times they're lonely too because they're like, yeah, my kids don't call me anymore.
Okay, but if you had the choice, like if you knew, it's gonna go downhill at a certain point, but at least now you might as well just live it the fuck up while you're in your prime and while you're of right body and right mindset and stuff like that. Not everybody can have their cake and eat it too, or some people feel like they probably can't do that. So why not just party it the fuck up now, or not even just party it up, but just do everything you want to do now.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If you go hard for 50 years and then after that, hey man, it's tough. That's
Can you
a tough.
blame them? No,
I don't blame them.
I don't blame them, but I think that it's short sighted, and I think when they're living in the, because right now it's like they're in the present, but I can't remember what philosopher was talking about this, but they were basically saying that like you are a community, like you of yourself, you're a community because you're your past self, your present self, and your future self. Mm-hmm. So it's like when you don't do things for your future self, then you do everything for your present self, and that's selfish to yourself, if that makes sense.
No, yeah.
So it's like I think a lot of times people don't realize how fulfilling and how happy you feel when you do something for your future self, and then your future self notices it and appreciates it. Like anybody who's gone to the gym for like 90 days straight, and then they're like, man, this shit sucks. And then they finally look at themselves and they look like they've achieved what they were going for. They go like, bro, I'm so glad that like I listened to myself.
Well, that comes
days ago.
You're right. And that comes down to discipline, man. It comes down to being disciplined with how you take care of yourself, how you live. But then also, you can't tell nobody how to live, man. People are going to live how they want to live because, like, we don't know what's going to happen. I don't think, from everything we're seeing with the world itself, at this point, it's a coin flip on what's going to happen from today, from tomorrow, from the week after, from 3 weeks later. And the only thing I would ever want to ask for is that, hey, I have no regrets. I did everything I could have done. I lived the best life I could. And there's still a lot of things I'm going to accomplish and I want to accomplish. But I don't knock anybody that's traveling right now, if you're young, that's living their best life, you know what I'm saying? Enjoying their friends and their company, because It's tough, man. It's really tough right now with the money and with the world situation. So we want to ask you guys too in the comments below. Let us know: are you a part of Gen Z? Are you in around, let's say, mid to late 20s, early middle 30s? What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think about saving money and planning for your future? You guys think about saying fuck it now and go to the club and turn up with me every weekend? Have RC take a picture.
I just think that, like, and I've talked about this before, but I think it comes down to the difference between that, like, short term, you're happy, like the little hit of happiness, versus like doing things that fulfill you. And I really don't think that right now that's talked about enough, of being like, find something that like you're happy with the process of building, because usually those things are gonna, I mean, there's I'm trying to think of the book. It might be like Sell or Be Sold or something like that. But he said something that really made a lot of sense. He's like, the market will pay you what you're worth. So if you start doing something and you actually get really good at it, like eventually the market would like have no choice, as long as you're marketing yourself and showing people, to like pay you what you're worth. So it's like, you might as well just put your time into something that you actually enjoy doing, because let's keep it real. We're talking about like, yeah, people could, have, anything could happen, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know, some people are literally like paralyzed, right? And they can't walk at all.
Yeah.
But these people like are still happy every day. Like, I don't know. To me, it's just like,
it's about perspective, bro. I think what
really
you're trying to say is it's all about, well, gratitude, yeah, because somebody, no matter what you think you're going through, somebody has it worse.
Yeah,
somebody has it better, but then somebody also has it worse. And I think, at least in America, our culture is hell-bent on, well, you want more, right? You want more, right? Yeah, you like your car, but you want this one, right? Oh, you got a 3-bedroom house. No, you want a 6-bedroom house, right? And then since we're on Instagram and since we're on Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it now, all we ever really see is people flexing. You know, I think people are becoming more and more open with their battles, and people also, people are going through hard times and are looking for, you know what I'm saying, not for pity, but like they put that out there too, and revealing themselves, which is hard to do on social media, because social media is a cold fucking place.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we get it, at least for me, for the longest time, and this is still something I work on, I still feel like I'm not doing enough, because when I see other people being successful, and I'm happy for them, I'm never going to knock anybody for making more money, for growing their business, for doing what they love, and they genuinely seem happy. I love that. But it makes me it just makes me want to go harder and stuff like that, and put it like, hey, I'm going to get that. That's my next goal. Like I'm on that. Like, I don't care what I have. And then people are telling me all the time, hey, bro, hey, you killing it, bro. You killing it, Aaron. You killing it. But for me, I don't see it like that. Sometimes you got to stop and you got to just appreciate where you are.
Yeah, true. Facts.
It is. It's that I think nowadays, because of social media and stuff like that. Again, I agree with RC that social media, I don't think is good or bad. I just think that it's a magnifier of what you put into it. Like, if you're doing things that are productive with it, like, it's gonna make you massively more productive. But if you're just sitting there wasting away, it's gonna waste you away faster. But my point was, I lost my point. What was the last thing you said, Aaron?
Be happy with where you are and love thyself. J. Cole.
That's very biblical. But no, I totally lost what I was saying. But even still, I think that's good enough, dude.
Hey, bro. Hey, you know, you've been spitting all episode. You've been dropping gems.
I'm like tired, bro. Like, I worked early in the morning. But I love coming up here, so I'm like, I'm gonna come up here. I try to drink the little.
Well, you act like you got a choice, bro. You signed the contract when you were sleeping, bro.
He took my hand and said,
"Blood pact." RC, did you have one more point on this topic before we get to hot cues?
No, I think we pretty much covered it.
Okay. And like I said before, man, hey, comment below. Let us know what you guys think real quick. Let us know if you guys agree with what me, Artie, and RC are saying, or if you guys have your own different opinions. We want to know your guys' background as well. Comment on our Instagram or on our YouTube page. We would love to chat with y'all. Cool beans. All right, dude. You know what time it is? It's our 30th episode, so we got to get into hot cues, man. I'm saying, yes, sir. And if you're new to the channel, hot cues is where we go down different internet, like, I guess topics, what's trending, internet trending topics and stuff like that, or just shit we find interesting. We're just gonna talk about it. We try to make it quickly, but we just can't, because Tuohy just can't stop talking, man. He just can't. I'm talking.
Oh, it's Tuohy's fault.
I blame Tuohy, even though that's my boy.
It is Tuohy's fault.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course it is.
All right, let's go ahead and get into hot cues. Number one, so Lizzo, we're back at it again. What's up, baby girl?
That block is still hot.
Oh, it's getting hotter. The seat is fucking marinating right now. So if you haven't really been paying attention to what's going on in the world of music and with Lizzo, she's under fire right now for a lot of alleged accounts of sexual harassment and creating a toxic workplace for her employers and her dancers and stuff like that, people in her camp. And now she recently has been taken out of consideration for a Super Bowl halftime performance. And if you don't know what that means,
Oh man,
Hate to see it.
when an artist performs at the Super Bowl, they don't get paid. They don't get paid from the NFL for that. But what they do get is usually,
That price goes up.
oh yeah, like a 500% boost to like their streaming.
Streams go up.
Like look at Rihanna. Rihanna hasn't dropped an album in
Legacy
like 10
goes up.
damn years, and she was trending on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff like
Sponsorship dollars go up.
that. Big facts. So,
So you don't get paid for the show, but it's obviously so well worth it.
the Super Bowl is a holiday. It's the biggest sporting event in
that's kind of
every
crazy
year.
that you don't get paid for the show.
Well, you don't have
It
to get
is,
paid.
but I think it's an exchange. I think at that level of business, it's more of an exchange because what even could they really pay Beyonce to do it?
Yeah, Beyonce though. She
or Coldplay or U2 or all them same guys or
Yeah.
Rihanna or Dr. Dre and all them. Like at this point, it's the Super Bowl, the NFL. You don't call them, they call you. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
call you if they want you.
Man, I love football, man. That's the one sport I actually like will really get down and sit there and watch.
Chewy's over there with his Cardinals
But
jersey
I don't be
on,
knowing it.
repping.
I don't be knowing the players and shit though. That's just I just be watching it.
You don't know any players?
Well, I know no.
Name one football player. Name one football player, Artie. Come on.
Hell no.
If I can name 10 white women, you
Hell
can
no.
name one football player.
I was probably gonna say like Tom Brady. I was gonna say like
He's
Larry,
retired.
I was gonna say like Larry Fitzgerald.
He's retired, I
See,
think.
I don't be paying attention to dudes' names, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay, well.
I just be watching it play. I like
Damn,
watching it.
you're too young to be that old man. Like, who that? Damn, he fast. Like, you too,
That's me,
you too
bro.
young for that, bro.
I'm
That's
like,
some
damn,
uncle
you see
shit.
that movie you just did? That was tight.
But yeah, also, RC, you did mention that Lizzo also did have something else.
Oh yeah, Made in America. That there was reports that show / festival was canceled, and it was supposed to be Lizzo and SZA as the two headliners. And in the wake of all of this Lizzo news, Made in America was like, "Yo, we just gonna not do this show." So instead of just canceling Lizzo, they just canceled the whole show. And so it's speculated that it's because of all of this stuff around what Lizzo's going through.
Well, yeah, I mean, whenever somebody goes through these allegations, and that's what we talked about last episode, was guilty until proven innocent nowadays,
Yeah.
rather than innocent until proven guilty, because somebody can say something about you on Instagram and automatically people are going to believe it, and it's just going to start speculation. That sucks, man, because if everything comes out that Lizzo is innocent or is not as bad as what is being portrayed, or even if not, the fact that Lizzo lost her spot. I mean, SZA. Sorry, I said Lizzo.
SZA.
Yeah, that's-
Wow, I combined them. SZA lost her spot.
Lizard.
What I think happened, we seen this happen a couple of years back with Coachella, where Kanye West was supposed to headline and he pulled out because he wanted Taylor Swift to apologize. I'm like vague. I should have looked this up
Say
before.
what?
He wanted Taylor Swift or somebody to apologize
On stage?
to somebody else, and he said if that doesn't happen, then I'm not doing Coachella. Didn't happen. He pulled out, and they were like, this was like a week before the show or whatever, so they were scrambling, and then they ended up having to pay The Weeknd, I believe it was $3 million to perform as a headliner for that second weekend, I believe.
Damn.
So
I'm sure he was cool with it. He's like,
The Weeknd was like, hey.
Coachella. Oh yeah. I mean, it's stick up time. At that point, it's stick up time. Y'all need somebody to fill this spot, and it's last minute, and you want me to get on the plane from Canada to get down there? Yeah. I'm
Supply and demand, baby.
I'm robbing you without the gun.
$3 million seems like kind of a steal, honestly. You would think
To
it would
get
be
The Weeknd?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Weeknd
but
one of the biggest artists, but
yeah,
But 3 milli, like,
tomorrow, like
Yeah.
like whatever y'all already paid Kanye that you can't get the back end for because he's not showing up. But yeah, send me that and more.
okay, yeah. If it's
Yeah,
that and plus $3 million.
and we're like 6 days out from the show.
God damn.
So yeah.
But yeah, ultimately, man, look, as a proud black man, and we're all, you know what I'm saying, black too, he's the blackest. We hate to see, you know, black women lose opportunities like that. But it's unfortunate to see that type of thing. You know, but hopefully SZA, of course, SZA's going to headline somewhere else. She's amazing. She's super talented. And if it all comes out that Lizzo is found not guilty, then hopefully she can get back on her grind and get everything going. But if she is found guilty, then It is what it is, but we have to wait and see how things go. We will have more Lizzo updates for y'all, baby. Lizzo Gate. Let's get into the second hot cue. So
Your
earlier,
boy James.
What happened?
Jamis.
I don't even know what happened. I seen a very short clip, and I was taking a shit, and I just kept scrolling past it. I ain't gonna lie.
So fill us in.
All right, so with James Harden is if you're not really new to, or if you're not really privy on sports, because we're getting into sports talk right now, sports. James Harden is a potential Hall of Fame player, shooting guard from the Philadelphia 76ers. Was drafted by the Oklahoma City Thunder back in the day, played with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, made it to the finals, didn't win shit. Bounced around from OKC to Houston to Brooklyn, and now he's in Philly. And now he's asking for a way to get out of Philadelphia because apparently him and the general manager, Daryl Morey, had a handshake alleged agreement that, hey, James Harden will take a pay cut like his first or second year there so they can get more players there. And then the next time they got it, when it's time for him to re-up, pay him his bag.
Get him the max.
And it was time for him to re-up, and they didn't want to pay him his bag because James didn't really play that great.
Didn't deliver.
They should have won that. Should have beat Boston in that series. They honestly should have.
Was that in the
No, there was no
paperwork, though?
official contract, but like I said,
it
it's
was a
all like
handshake,
handshake. Like, hey, you my boy. Like, Artie, you my boy. If you do this, I got you. Then you did that, or at least you think you did, and I don't got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I got to be in the paperwork, man.
Yeah. So earlier this week, James was on a tour in China selling some brand or whatever, and he literally called out and said Daryl Morey is a liar, and I would never play for any franchise that he is associated with.
Yeah.
And that's that, because he's trying to get traded. He's trying to get up out of there, but his value is about as much as this brown paper bag that Artie was using to hold his drink.
and to paint the picture, though, him and Daryl Morey are like, they're good. As far as we know, they're friends. Like,
that was his guy.
Like when Harden went to Houston, Daryl Morey was in Houston. When Harden was when he got MVP that year, I believe Morey was executive of the year. Like they work together closely, and they are close.
Yeah.
So for them to even be able to have some type of a verbal agreement, that should let you know how close they are just off GP. You're not just verbally agreeing to like go somewhere as a superstar without some type of a relationship there.
Yeah.
So for all of this to happen, it's just like, bro, James Harden must really, really be pissed off about this.
Well, Daryl was the reason why James was able to get out of Brooklyn, because Daryl was willing, like, yo, I want James Harden and Joel Embiid, take whatever. And he got rid of Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
For you to flip Ben Simmons at this point to where he's at now, where Artie could probably score more points in an NBA game than Ben Simmons, and you get James Harden for that, it's actually not a bad get. And you have two MVPs on the same team, and you think, hey, man, we're going to win something, and then you blow it?
Yeah.
And now it's like, hey, it's beef. We seen James disgruntled. Like when he was in Houston, and
everywhere he go, he disgruntled.
What did he do when he was in Houston? He came like 40 pounds overweight.
He did. Dang, he was looking crazy.
He was
out
looking
there.
like he was wearing a fat suit. He was looking like me out there if I had like a longer beard.
Hey yo, hey yo.
You know what I'm saying? So probably not going to end
tough.
well.
And we had a little argument a while ago in the group chat, and my stance was, and I like James Harden. I think he's a great basketball player.
Break the glass.
But yeah, break the glass. James Harden as a player has played with more superstars and hasn't got a ring than any other player in NBA history.
Let's name his teammates.
Kevin Durant,
Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul, Dwight Howard.
We looked it up. I put a
Kyrie
list
Irving.
in there.
Who else?
Kyrie, Joel Embiid, MVP. I mean,
yeah, it's really on James, man. I think James has been a big influence to the league. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know who James Harden is.
What do you? I know if Artie knows who you are, then you must be a somebody. Okay,
You're somebody.
You're
if
somebody.
I know you.
Yeah, I know that one guy.
I know that guy.
Hey, he's
With
a
the
former
beard?
league MVP, and when James was hooping, bro, the best scorer, and also he was leading the league in assists. He can still play, but he's just not worth a max anymore unless he proves it. But him doing this, like, what team would want you? What team would want you that if you don't get what you want, you're going to be in China slandering the president of basketball of the team and the GM?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a good look. So we're going to see how that works out for him. But yeah, I can't. He's on track he's on track to go play with the Beijing Tigers if he doesn't knock this off.
Which he could though. It was an interesting. Someone brought up a good point. What we've been seeing in soccer, where you have this super talented, really popular star go to another league. Like basically, the American soccer league is basically like the equivalent
Playing
of the Shanghai
The
Sharks.
Guangdong Tigers.
Yeah. So it wouldn't be the worst thing for a super mega superstar in the NBA to go from here, take his brand over there, get all the money that they can throw at him, and just turn that league up.
I think that's slightly like Messi going from like Argentina, or I forgot, I think he was on PSG. Don't get me wrong. But Messi going from like that league to playing in Miami, I think that's slightly different than James Harden going to play with Starberry in China and Dwight Howard scoring 80 points a game.
But James Harden would be over there scoring 50, 60 points a game.
Oh, James Harden would score 100 points a game and never pass the ball.
He would be the biggest draw in that league, and he could get more money than what he's asking for now here.
Yeah, but you really want to go live in China, James? Is that really what you want?
Yeah, for 3 years.
Maybe. Crazy that like they are that much better when they go into that league. I feel like that's pretty wild.
It is, but it's just a different.
You know what it makes me think though? It makes me think, like when they give the arguments that like LeBron James would, if he played in a WNBA game, he would score like 100 points. Now it's making me think he would score like 200 points.
LeBron James would score
funny.
200 points in a WNBA.
Because if he would score 100 points in China, he's dropping.
Dwight Howard literally had like an 84-point, 46 rebound, 15. He was playing 2K on rookie mode out there, bro. Dwight Howard's a god out there. So that's James Harden. We're gonna keep you updated on what happens with that. Speaking of sports talk, the NFL preseason has now started. Teams are showing up now. The Cardinals somehow won their first preseason game. Those damn bums.
Against the Broncos.
Against Russell Wilson. Chewy, don't smile, Chewy. Hear me out. Break the glass. I want the Cardinals to lose every single game this fucking season. I want them to not win. Because, look, we're not going to win a Super Bowl.
What?
We're not winning
This
a
year,
ring.
no.
Yeah, you're damn right we're not. So we might as well be as bad as you possibly can be. Because the worst thing you can be, Gibby, is in the middle. The worst thing you can be is if we win 8 games and, no.
Yeah.
Lose it all.
How do we still have the same coach?
We don't.
Or who's our
Jonathan
coach?
Gannon. He was a defensive coordinator from the Eagles.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Cliff, I almost called him something else. Cliff Kingsbury's out of there. Chewy, I almost said Sniff.
Sniff.
He got a silent over there.
Sniff Kingsbury.
And stuff. I met him. He's a cool guy. Chewy, what do you think about how the Cardinals? Since you're an avid Cardinals fan, what do you think, bro?
Dude, I don't even care anymore, bro.
Woo!
Damn,
this
you're numb.
franchise has been like a poverty franchise for my entire life, dude. So I'm just with it.
You're
If
numb.
we win games, hell yeah. If we lose games, all right, whatever. Next week.
See, the shittiest thing is we've been the worst home team in the league. Like we have such a diehard fan base.
I was able to at least go to the one home game that we won in the past 2 years. So
we're as bad as the Diamondbacks, and also even the Suns. The Suns have gotten better with this because back when we were really shitty, like when the Lakers would come and play, it would be a Lakers crowd featuring the Suns, even though we were in Phoenix. But now when you go to a Diamondbacks game, it's a Dodgers crowd. It's a
lot of transplants, man. A lot of transplants.
It's a freaking Giants crowd. Now
There was a lot of orange at the game.
Oh my gosh, yeah. When you go to a when you go to a Cardinals game, it's a Cowboys crowd, a Raiders crowd, a Niners crowd.
Yo, this is so random. But that reminds me of people wearing the other team's jersey. Like obviously they showing support for not the home team.
Yeah.
So I used to work for the Phoenix Suns for 2 years, and I was at every single game. And it was one of the people that worked with me in the office. It was one of our specific pet peeves when people not only would they not wear if it's the Suns versus the Lakers. So now not only are you not in a Suns or a Lakers jersey, but you're just in any sports jersey. And we would literally just call people out bro, you're literally in here. It's the Suns playing the Lakers, and you got on a Dallas Cowboys jersey. Now you're just wearing any jersey from any sport here at the sporting.
See, that's how you know some motherfucker doesn't even watch sports. If they're wearing the jersey but long sleeve button up combo, with the jersey over, you are a sick bastard if you do that.
That's filthy.
What's his name? His name is Kyler
Murray.
Kyler Murray. Yeah. He got injured last year, right?
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
Bro, tell me why the one game I went to, that was the game I was at. That's why I even know
against
this.
the Patriots?
Damn. You jinxed him, huh?
I was sitting there and I was like, yeah, Cardinals game. And then I was expected him to go off. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he
'Cause
went off
He was
alright.
doing, and he went off the field.
Damn.
Well, now there's. I mean, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to be a speculation over here, but I mean, we might have a brand new team in a year or two. You know what I'm saying?
How dysfunctional are we if we're gonna end up getting like fucking what's his face from UFC?
Who?
USC.
Oh, their quarterback. I forgot his name. If we get that kid,
I feel like that's gonna happen. We're gonna get like the first.
is he taller than
That'd be
6 foot?
nice.
I don't know, probably.
I think it's Caleb something, right?
Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I think it's
I
Caleb.
think so, something like that.
If we get another quarterback that's actually over 6 foot or 6'2", then,
We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take him.
Not a
We'll
short
take
king.
it.
and who doesn't play Call of Duty,
Does anybody in this room plan on going to a Cardinals game this year?
I would like to. Just
I'll go to
go
a Cardinals.
Are they playing against the Packers or the Jets? Because I'll go for them.
I like the.
I really want to go
Cardinals.
see the
like
when the
Cardinals.
Cowboys come to town, just because I want
Oh,
to fucking
gosh.
rub it in my rub it in all the Cowboys.
Cowboys fans are the worst.
faces
Yeah,
if
if
we
you want to
if
get
they
in a
lose.
fight, that's a good time.
If,
to
no,
go.
if you want to get in a fight, go to a Dodgers game. That's easy pickings.
Yeah, true.
That's
Dodgers fans are so annoying.
Oh, yeah, they suck.
Cowboys fans, Raiders fans,
Niners fans.
Niners. Yeah,
Niners fans suck too. Bang bang Niners, shut up.
They can get very.
I gotta deal with y'all at the fucking club, and I gotta play E40 at the club just because y'all tipped me $50. Kiss my black ass. All right, I'm tired of y'all, man. Freaking go Chiefs.
Yeah.
And also the new Madden came out this week too. So if anybody wants the hands, I already be beating up RC
No,
too.
stop that.
I
Stop
be beating
lying.
him up.
Don't get
So
on
if
this
y'all want the hands
podcast
on the new
line.
Madden.
Don't get on this
You know what I'm
podcast
saying?
line, dog.
Freaking-
Don't get on this
Find me on
podcast.
PS5, baby. Find me
I
on
think-
the 5.
I need it. I think that's actually why people be knowing the football players' names.
That does help.
It does.
The
I think
Madden
it's
rosters
Madden,
help,
bro. I
because you
think-
get to see them.
Because people who play Madden, they be knowing all of it. They be like, "Oh, you didn't know about." I'm like, no. Why would I know the
'Cause they
third
be-
string player from the?
Because that third string guy might have like a 99 agility head ass on the receiver,
Yeah,
and our receiver
yeah.
plug him in and then turn him into freaking Barry Sanders Jr. Pissing me the fuck off. Last hot cue we got. Last hot cue we got for you guys. So it comes down to one of my favorite artists, but probably maybe not the best person ever. Tory Lanez has been sentenced recently, at least 10 years, 10 years served for his incident with Megan Thee Stallion.
10 joints.
Apparently, a lot of people written letters to try to help him out. Iggy Azalea even written letters or wrote letters to help get him out.
Yeah, Iggy wasn't going to get it done, though.
Iggy
Oh,
was
Iggy.
on the letters. Boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, scop.
They probably added a couple days for that.
And they're like, oh, Iggy wants you out for 12 years.
Right.
For that
You
bullshit.
think he's gonna serve all 10?
No, I think he's expected to serve 85%. And then with different programs and things, I think he'll end up doing around 6. He's getting credit for 300 days in already. He's supposed to serve about 85 or so %. I think he'll do about between 5 and 6 years in jail, actually.
Did you think he's going to get deported or sent back to Canada?
Yeah.
Damn.
I do.
Oh, I was like,
I do.
because if he was stayed here, I almost guarantee you, bro, if Trump became president, he'd get him out
Get him
for
out.
the black
Probably.
community.
Yeah,
I can see it. I can
but
see
you know
it.
what Tory would have to do once you get out? Tory had to be the biggest Trump fan after
Yeah.
that, like just like Lil Wayne. It was like
Oh,
Wayne when
shit.
Wayne was like backing up Donald Trump and stuff like that. Like when he wore like that.
Was
that
he?
magazine. Yeah, Wayne did that shit.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But you know,
I'm just and that's,
People-
Wayne's my guy.
people were saying he got too much time, and I'm like, don't get me wrong, like I legitimately love Tory Lanez's music. Like anything he ever dropped, like that's one of the few artists that I'm like, oh, Tory
Alone
Lanez
at
dropped,
Prom
I
is
gotta go
fucking
check it out.
amazing.
Alone at Prom is probably one of my literally top 5 albums like ever, and I don't keep track of names of albums, so don't ask me that.
You don't
Even
know
as a
shit.
music person, I don't keep track of names of shit. But nah, I just people were saying he got too much time, and I'm like, if you really think about it, he's in a foreign country. He's has an illegal firearm. He's in California.
Yeah.
And he actually hit somebody who happened to be a black woman.
Yeah, 10 joints.
You getting 10.
Yeah.
You're getting 10.
It's rough because
And
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but just to Artie's point about people who say that, they gave him a plea deal of, I believe it was 6 or 7 years. So you could have taken the lesser joint and just like really got off clean. You might have done 4 years in that scenario. But now, since you take it to trial, everybody knows once you take a situation to trial, it's going to be worse than it would have been because now you're wasting resources, time, and energy when you knew you may have been guilty the whole time.
It makes me question if he was, but at the same time, my kind of rule of thumb is if you go through due process, I'm going to side on I'm gonna have faith in our judicial system to be like it was probably pretty accurate
for the most part. Yeah.
Now if news came out later that was convincing enough to show me otherwise, and that kind of goes for anybody who's ever gone through the judicial system, because there has been lapses, of course, because when we look at before even so many dudes or so many people who were locked up for crimes that they didn't commit, especially before like DNA processing and stuff like that. You know, it's not a perfect system by any means, but I have to kind of be like, because that's kind of my rule of thumb, like even with the Lizzo thing, it's like I'm not going to sit here and think that Lizzo is guilty, even though like I'm not a fan of Lizzo. I'm not saying I don't like Lizzo, by the way, for people listening. I'm saying I'm not a fan.
Wait, were her fans on your head after that?
No, not as much as I wanted them to be, honestly. Like I wish they would have came with it. Like, come with it, bro. Like, let's get these out.
Look, man, Tuohy's doing this time because his dad was probably like, my son is not gonna take a plea. That ass.
Well, maybe I'm saying like he maybe could have believed that it wasn't what it was, but I'm saying 10 years is for what they caught his ass for, or what was on paper. 10 years is actually a deal because, bro, you're on foreign territory in California with an illegal firearm, bro. That's crazy.
And if he really did say dance biz, then he filed for that.
Yeah. Wait.
Come on, Tuohy.
There's a rumor that he said dance biz before he
bro,
shot.
you know what though? I was like, he went all wrong about the plea, bro. About what he did, bro.
What you mean?
He should have said it was self-defense.
Why you say that?
Because
she's
taller than him. Because this man like this big, bro.
Yo, Megan
got away with it because she like my size.
No, Megan is a very healthy woman, man.
Yeah,
your name is the Stallion.
Let's keep it real. Who winning in a fist fight? Tory Lanez or Megan?
Man,
probably. We're not gonna. You know what? I almost went
that.
there.
You almost.
Actually,
don't fall
tail
for
of the tape. No, but let me say this real quick.
I would say Megan might get it.
I'm just gonna say this real quick. Us as men and us as also black men, we need to protect our black queens. We need to protect.
Facts.
Every man should respect the woman at least on some base level first and foremost. But at least as us speaking as black men, we need to, you know what I'm saying, treat our black women better.
There you go.
And hopefully Megan has a sense of peace now that this has been handled, and I know she's been talking to her crowd, and she has the support system of her hotties. That's what she calls her people. Mm-hmm. And hopefully people can just now move on from this and grow. Tuohy can learn from behind bars, come back, shake it off. You feel me? And then drop Alone at Prom 2. Make that shit fire. All right.
Them bars we about to get in about 6-7 years.
Oh, yo, that album when he gets out, that album when he went in, Daystar.
Daystar was
Daystar was some good shit. He went all in.
I'm still on Chicks Tape 4.
He's insane. Tory Lanez is low key insane, but what he rapped about on Daystar,
he's definitely one of them people where I had to be like, I feel like when I saw the verdict, I just be like, man, I gotta detach the man from the music, bro. Got to, man.
It's tough.
Goddamn,
it's tough.
If we had a nickel for every time we had to do that shit, bro.
And then maybe now I just
Step in
have
the Name
to,
of Love is good. Head ass.
I have to keep that same energy with everybody, man. Maybe now I gotta listen to some R. Kelly when I get home.
Hey, yo. And that's going to be this version of Hot Cues. All right. Episode 30. RC is going to listen to, RD.
Yeah, don't, please.
RC, who you will listen to? You got to listen to one person in jail.
RC's like, stop
in the car.
Kirk Franklin.
Kirk, he's not in jail.
Oh. What you mean?
He got
one person who is in jail right now?
Yeah.
Or have ever been to jail?
Who's in jail right now? What happened?
Currently in jail?
Yeah. You going to play some Thug?
Nah. Oh, yeah. It'll either be Thug or like some Pooh Shiesty.
Okay. You listen to Pooh. Damn, Pooh gone, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody listening to Pooh.
Do you think, because I honestly think this, like, everything aside, I'm not saying anything about, but I'm saying if Tory Lanez shot a man, I think his career would have improved. If he shot a man.
That's another conversation, man.
Yeah.
I think it's all circumstance.
That's fair.
I'm saying, like, if he would have shot a man based on hip hop, based on how we treat.
No, if he would have got shot, his career would have improved.
Yeah, but if he shot somebody, we'd have been like, oh, he really would. All that shit he was talking about.
We don't know. And nowadays, we don't respect the shooter. We respect the person that got shot.
No, we respect the shooter.
What? Pooh shot.
How many times have people got shot and unfortunately, like maybe lost their lives and they got
for sure
streams?
Pooh Shiesty. Well, like a lot of these artists, like King Von, all of them, those are like dudes who were the shooter. And they respect the shooter.
Well, King Von's name only really blew up after he passed. After he got.
He was both, but Gucci Mane went from here to here.
I think
after catching two bodies,
dude, it would have.
Well, Gucci was self-defense though.
Man, you moving the goalposts. He shot.
If he would have shot a dude, it would have. I think it would have confirmed a lot of shit for people to be like, "Oh, Tory's really with it."
I don't know. It was just some dudes that was. Yeah, I don't know.
Smoking on that something pack.
I ain't gonna say that. I don't know.
I mean, that's what he was saying in the verses, but
you can say it.
Hey man, don't put this on me.
You know
bro.
what
do
really
you mean? Put it on you.
I'm just
trying to take
My
you
bad.
off.
We
got it. All right.
I was gonna say, you know what I really hope.
Last point
is I hope that Megan and Tory talk in private about this kind of stuff.
I
hope that they have a conversation
healing.
and like that they somehow move forward just for Tory Lanez. He's probably a troubled youth, and
so
I can't say that Megan isn't either. I don't know their background, but I feel like
that sounds like a red table talk.
Call
Jada.
Some healing. Is
no.
definitely
I said private. People talk in public way too far.
Yeah, but Jada has a red table where they talk about everything. All right, we can have the red couch talk. All right, Tory and Megan and me in the middle. We'll set it up.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
Call him
right now.
Call him. All right, y'all. All right, we're gonna go.
We gotta talk
having
in private
fun today,
man.
man. We're having fun. All right, laugh it up. Our last topic of the day, main topic number 2. Raise your hand if you ever seen that movie called The Blind Side.
Seen it.
Where you seen it? Cool. Anyways, if you haven't seen the movie, Sandra Bullock plays the main character or one of the main characters. I forgot the name of the
Aaron was the stunt double.
The family was the Tuohy, the Tours.
So there's a big black man in high school walking around, I guess, the neighborhood, and he was known as Big Mike to a lot of people, and I think he was somewhat like homeless or living in a very poor community. Mm-hmm. And the movie goes, and this is just based off the movie, which I know is probably hyperbolized for Hollywood.
Most definitely.
Oh yeah, facts. That white woman with a strong-headed white woman with a husband and a kid. They want to bring in this big black guy and take him to school, and then they realize that hey, he's actually pretty talented when it comes to athletic gifts, and they put him and taught him how to play football. Right, and next thing you know, he went to the NFL, drafted by the Ravens. Everybody knows Michael Oher. Ever since the movie, Michael Oher has been pretty vocal about how shitty that movie's been to his life, to his career. Yeah. Besides the fact that he became a multimillionaire from playing football.
But that was from playing football, and I think the movie.
So now, let me finish real quick, Mike. So now Michael Oher is coming out saying that he wasn't legally adopted by the family, and it was like more of him being exploited, and then that led to the whole movie deal and stuff like that. So he's pretty pissed off. So what do we?
I think.
Yeah.
Here's what I think.
Conspiracy of the ages.
No, it's not a conspiracy though. Here's what I think.
What you got?
And I kind of want to be careful, but I just want to say what I'm
break
seeing,
the glass,
what I'm viewing. I don't want to say well-to-do, but a pretty wealthy, decent white family seen this young child who I think there was some good intention there, but I also think that they knew that they could exploit this individual.
Damn.
And they brought him in. And I don't want to take away any of the good that they did, because who knows where his life would have ended up without their intervention. But at the same time, they brought him in. They didn't adopt him. They got him under a conservatorship. That's legally, literally what it was. It was
like what Britney Spears was in.
The exact same thing.
Okay.
Where they take on the interest of his name, likeness, personality, and just a bunch of his image, all of that. And they then go on to, this guy goes on to have a successful NFL career, and then they turn his life story into a movie. And instead of him being in on the profit, anything he didn't get any of the profit from the movie. The family received they received $250,000 from the movie, on top of a 2.5% royalty from the movie.
Oh yeah, they made
the movie grossed over $300 million. So that's like $7 million just in that. Michael Oher didn't see a dime of that money.
Damn.
The family then, in that conservatorship, and conservatorship went on to place their own birth children as basically inheritance and like basically controllers.
Whoa.
Instead of any of Michael or his family.
Damn.
Wait a minute.
Pimping is a process.
So that family,
Yeah,
you sound like you did your homework.
I did.
That family put their own kids as like Michael Oher's benefactors.
Yes.
So like,
So
if
all of
they
the money.
die-
So here's the thing. This family, and I don't want to keep making it about race, but they happen to be white. This white family literally acquired this black body, profited off of the work, labor, and skill and talent of this black body, who didn't really see a dime of it other than what he went on to get on his own, and then passed that wealth down to future generations in their own family where his bloodline doesn't see a dime of it. And in the intro, you said Michael Oher is tripping. And I'm like, he's tripping.
number one,
What? I don't want to make this about anything, but I'm just telling you what I see. That is incredibly American.
let me say this. Number one, I said that for clicks. Okay,
All right.
for
Put
clicks.
that on a
Clickbait.
t-shirt.
Number two, honest to God, I didn't know it went that deep. I ain't even going.
Bro, they got
That's
2.5%
some
on a
shit.
movie that grossed over $300 million, and that man didn't see a dime.
Should we hit the bombs?
Wait,
man?
and then so as his conservative, and then from there, you're
Yeah.
saying that they were able to put other people as the beneficiaries.
Yes,
on his,
their children.
of the movie
Yeah.
proceeds.
So this is a tale as old as time, and I don't even have to tell y'all what this is reminding us of. But we're gonna do this, make our own family the benefactors of that generational wealth that we contributed off of this one working party who didn't see a fair share of it, and then we're gonna go on to make a movie and spin the narrative like we're the white saviors. What does that remind us of? What
Wow.
are we talking about, fam?
All right,
What are we talking
look,
about?
Fourth grade social studies.
That's absolutely diabolical.
Can I just say this just like out of the box real quick, and this is going to sound wild as me to say this?
Please.
That's a finesse right there. Dear God, that is the highest form. That is Goku freaking Super Saiyan 4 level of finesse right there.
That's long-term vision.
Absolutely.
Yo, that's like, but how do you even know he even played football? Because is anything, or did they
How
beat
old
him?
was he?
Aaron, okay, but look,
I'm
if
saying-
you see this big, I think he's what, 6'6",
6'7".
6'7", big dude.
That don't mean he played. I didn't play football. I'm 6'6".
But your ass
No,
should've played
no,
some
but
motherfucking
still,
like my dad.
if I have connections and I see someone who like, yo, this kid is hungry, he ain't got, like, it's at least worth taking a chance, and they gonna let us do it. And the reason it's a conservatorship and not an adoption, which is what it was like presented as in adoption, but because he was out of high school when they I guess acquired him or whatever. Technically, the only way that they could bring him in, which they didn't even have to do all of this, is instead of adopting him because he was out of high school or over the age of 18, it had to be a conservatorship. So they knew what they was, and these are grown adults doing this to a child.
Okay, but wasn't, I know he came from a very impoverished family and area and stuff like that, and probably didn't eat. I know for a fact he probably didn't know any better either. He just thought, hey, warm bed, nice meals, shit like that.
Right.
But didn't he have his mom still around at the time? And couldn't they
Yeah,
have
she was alive, but do what? Again, that goes.
step in and be like, yo, this is my damn son.
But
like,
but this goes back to everything Artie was saying earlier. Number one, when you're living under that poverty line, not only do you not have the access to resources because your income is low, you don't have access to the information. So all we see is, hey, you over there in the big house now, like, you go on and make the family proud. These people want to help you out. We're looking to them for help, and meanwhile they behind the scenes. And again, I don't want to say that all of their intentions was bad, but it's conniving.
Yeah.
And the reason why I can say it's conniving is because they haven't even done, like, so in any conservatorship, the controlling parties are supposed to do annual reports on how much money this conservatorship made off of this individual. So basically, we have your name, image, likeness, personality, life story, life experiences, all of this that we can package and sell. This is how much we've made year over year. They haven't even been doing that. So nobody even knows just how much money they've made off of him alone.
And a conservatorship, by definition, is supposed to conserve that person's finances for them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times people, like this is just tripping me out because now it's making me think of like all of like the little studies that not studies, but like classes I had done for like estate planning and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like conservators can really screw people over.
Yeah.
If they're just not financially educated because.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, isn't that kind of like getting power of attorney, but the person's still alive?
Michael Oher
Kind
couldn't
of.
even literally under the terms. He can't. He's legally not even allowed to like make any business decisions for himself. It has to go through them.
It's
Well, yeah, that's some Britney Spears shit. That's what she was fighting for because all that "hit me, baby, one more time" money, shit like that. It was going to her fucking parents, like her dad or like her mom.
Yeah.
But at least that was her family. This. I mean,
Yeah,
dog,
This
is
both
just-
shitty, but no, this is really bad. The
Yeah.
optics of it, like white family takes in big Brackman.
and then exploits him, and now he's that movie came out 20 years ago or 15, 20 years ago.
Yeah, early 2000s, something like that. Like maybe like 05.
And now he's in a I don't want to say messed up position, but he's not well off, and that family is out here. Who knows how many times they didn't flip that
football
money? He personally, I don't know any people on their way to billionaire status making noise like this about finances.
Oh, so he's saying that he's currently financially struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I think that for anybody to become a conservator over someone else, I think they should kind of have to sign the same oath that like you have to do when you start doing financial services, which is to be a fiduciary, because like definition of fiduciary is that you only do what's right for the
But
client
people
or
are
the
gonna
person.
finesse the system though, Artie. You can sign shit, you can put your hand on the Bible. People are gonna finesse if they want to.
But the thing is just saying that like, okay, this person has to be a fiduciary for this person and like make financial decisions in the best for this person. You can just look at the decisions later on, and if they're not, I guess there would be concern of like things being subjective, like, oh well, they didn't give me this $1 million of my own money when I could have invested it in this. But I don't know. To me, it just seems like now that I'm hearing this, to be able to become a conservator over somebody just because they weren't financially educated and be able to literally take control of all of their finances is insane, bro.
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Who?
to go on and make a movie where the narrative is spun like you guys are like
The saviors.
that's the part that really gets me. It's like not only did y'all do this, not only did y'all literally create generational wealth off of this person that y'all took advantage of, y'all then went on to spin the narrative to where had us thinking such a nice thing y'all doing. Y'all just bring him in. It's all good. He made it to the NFL. Everybody's happy. Everybody's all good. The parties are all taken care of. The dad in the movie is like my dad now. The mom, I got a white mom now. And all the while behind the scenes, y'all are really just like
Robbing
getting
him.
this man out of his bread.
Look, man, there's this story I don't think is anywhere close to being done. And
Oh no.
yeah, no, there's gonna have to be more information about this shit, and there's gonna be a lot that I need to learn about the situation. And I'm gonna go watch the movie again so I can feel good because I feel like
Don't support that movie.
All right, you're right.
Today
You gotta bootleg it. You gotta bootleg it off.
See, Tuohy knows a guy that hangs out outside of a Circle K that still sells bootleg DVDs.
gotta watch
I
it.
can't wait to watch all this in Blindside 2.
Michael's Revenge.
It was the Blind Side, all right.
Oh,
They
yeah.
blindsided him.
Jeez.
Aaron's gonna be the stunt double for Blindside. You. You know, I said that earlier, but nobody caught it, so I had to try it again just as the cameras were rolling.
Oh, yeah, you can just
It's
keep playing all the
messed
hits,
up.
huh? Keep repeating yourself, huh?
I'm gonna keep doing it till it lands, man.
It's-
Keep flying the plane till it lands.
It's a pretty messed up story though. Like when you really sit back and think about like everything that they've done and everything that he's received, it's just like, come on, like
That's not right.
nobody would look at this objectively and say, oh, that's fair.
Bro, with the financial
sorry.
tools that are available, if somebody makes $2 million in a short period of time and they live within their means, they should have money forever. Like, to be honest, like,
But I guess we don't know how much he actually made and how much he was able to keep.
well, how much did he make from the NFL?
Oh, he was one of the best linemen in the game.
So
I think he had
that's what I'm saying.
Like at least $30 million.
And if he and also, I guess there's a tale to be told on that, because if they are his, what was it called, a conservator?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If they were his conservators, and then he gets out of making all of this money, and they were the ones in control of his money, and he ends up without money, then they did not do their job.
Right.
Either, because when you take on that's a huge responsibility to take on a conservatorship for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've been hearing, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry, but from what I've been hearing, being a conservator or being under a conservatory relationship is not good. Like I haven't heard anything good come from that.
No,
but sometimes it's necessary depending on different circumstances. Like, let's say you're getting older, or you are a person who never handled the finances, and your husband passes away. You may have you may want one of your kids to be a conservator over your finances. So there's circumstances where it's necessary. But for a young man, I think that it would have been more proactive to teach him financial literacy than it would be
but why
to
teach him?
conserve his assets for him.
But
like,
why teach him though? When you look,
why teach him when you can leech him? Yeah,
they went to the casino and they literally put everything on black.
No, they didn't.
No, I'm using that as a hypothetical.
Damn,
as an analogy.
No, but what I'm saying, what they did is they saw someone that they could take advantage of. Said, "Yo, you come over here. We got warm beds and hot meals."
That's what I'm saying. They took.
That's not putting it on black. That's me putting it on. That's me. That's predatory.
Well, predatory, yeah, but I'm just saying though, like
at least at the casino, there's a chance.
Because what if he was a killer? You bring in some big ass black dude to your house. All I'm saying
that's
is
worse than pimping.
That's really worse than pimping. That's pimping on a higher level. That's some high class pimping.
No,
that's some Paradise Valley pimping.
That's the long term pimping.
Oh well, that's
pimping with a process.
Pimping all over the world. Hey, that's episode 30, though. How about that?
Damn.
Yeah, this was
30.
This was something.
Wing dinger.
This was a wing dinger. Hey, real quick, man, I'm going to get into it because I know every now and then we got to stop and have these little emotional things. We're not going to do all that right now. But, hey, 30 episodes, not missing a week. Please give a big round of applause to our entire team. Tuohy, this would not be possible without you. Artie, not possible. RC, not possible. Anybody that's ever come in here, all of our special guests, Confidence Chris, Eric Bernal, Anthony Blake, Jay Alexa, everybody, Ryan from Guest List.
I like
Bangarang,
Alexa.
Fresh Maker. Hey, we got to get Fresh back on when the NBA season starts. You think you slick, Fresh? You think you slick? I'm going to catch your ass, all right?
You know, Jay Alexa, she smell good.
She did smell
good.
Hey, yo.
Can we say that?
Yeah,
I guess you can say that.
Smell good.
Yeah,
That's the homie.
That's
Hey,
right.
I smell good.
You do. You're right. You do. I don't want to.
But no, hey, shout out to everybody who's been on the show. Shout out to everybody that's ever walked past us and gave us compliments on it without even being asked about it. Anybody that's inboxed us and asked us questions about it. We gotta remind. I gotta remind myself because I'm very passionate about this podcast. That look, it's just gonna take time for us to keep building, and you guys are helping us get our names out there. Any constructive criticism you guys have, whether you like it, you love it, you hate us, but as long as you guys are watching and supporting us, we love y'all. You know what I'm saying? We have nothing but love. Shout out to these special events we did, or shout out to my boy Giovanni as well. Follow him. My boy Jello TV. Follow him. Our game night we did was amazing. Our night we had at Cobra Arcade Bar, high score. Shout out to my brother Yellowway. Was amazing.
That was a fun night.
That was great.
That again, man.
I want to do bowling next time. Or there's a karaoke bar out here in Phoenix.
Oh, y'all done for.
Yo,
let's go.
You down for that? If we did a queued up karaoke night.
Y'all done for.
Yeah, we did that type of shit.
I'm gonna cook it up.
Yeah, man. We want to keep doing stuff like that, man. If you rock our merch, if you support us, we fuck with you guys heavy. Yo, I love you guys, man. That's all I can really say. Tuohy, how can they follow you, bro?
Jesus Christ on Instagram.
There you go. Artie, how can they follow you?
Artie Reeves, that's ARDYREAPZ on Instagram and TikTok.
You still on Clapper?
I'm still on Clapper. My Clappers be going up. I don't even check it, but every time I check, I got more followers, more views.
Nice.
And Threads.
I keep getting followers on Threads. I'm not even checking Threads. RC, how can I follow you?
Calvert Productions. Hit me up on IG.
There you go. Hey, shout out to my brother Gabriel. Okay, Gibby fucking Visions in the building. You know what I'm saying? Taking pictures of us. Follow him at Gibby Visions as well. You know what I'm saying? Gibby underscore visions.
underscore
Don't forget
visions.
the
Put it on the
underscore.
screen,
There you go.
right.
Hey, follow my guy. And I know I don't think you're making beats no more, but you still my favorite producer in Phoenix.
The
Oh, you got an album
album's
coming?
He said the album's coming.
Yo, I still have the beat you sent me from a few years ago that you called the last beat you would ever fucking make. I still have that on my email. I still play that shit. I'm going to play it for you afterwards. Incredible. Follow my boy Gibby. And then follow me, DJ Aaron Michael, man. I love all you guys. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep getting bigger. All of our sponsorships. Shout out to my boy Justin Gurian, Quinn, Charlie's, Manscaped. We're rocking the Manscaped. We love all of you guys. We're going to keep going from here, man. Episode 30, Queued Up Podcast. We are out.
Peace.
Hoo-ah!